Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Hope you are all well and safe. I've been painting in Rebelle again and I thought it was time I looked at the brush engine and had to go at making some brushes. I wanted to make some Hake brushes and this is the result. So this is my reference image today that I'm going to use. It was taken before COVID-19 was unleashed on the world and we could all mix and together, and it was actually quite ram, this place. It was a place called Bakewell, famous for the Bakewell tart in Derbyshire, and I'm just going to move that out of the way. I've got my little thumbnail here that you can see me painting, but I've hopefully put it where it's not going to obstruct anything. What I'm going to do today, obviously in Rebelle, I've created some new brushes and I've put them down at the bottom here and I'm going to demo them. And if you feel that you would like to have a go with them, I will make them available, or so I just need you to let me know if that's something you would like. And also, do you want me, rather than just give you the brushes, would you like me to do a demonstration how to make the brushes? And more importantly, because you can see lots of videos, I suppose, on that's not in the right place, on how to create a brush in Rebelle, but they don't show you how to make the actual brush texture. So if you'd like to see a video on that, let me know and I'll put something together. In the meantime, I'm going to try. I haven't done a painting with these brushes at all. I just created them because I'm not overly fond of the brushes in Rebelle. They're all right once the water starts working, the sort of the engine that makes the water flow, but initially, to me, they look a little bit that's still too low, isn't it? I wonder if I can transform this. I can. Just click on that, just move it up a bit. There we are. They just look a little bit mechanical. Where's the select here? Just deselect that. That's better. Now I've got something to put in this water at the front, because that's quite important, isn't it? And I wasn't getting it in. Put a few rocks in there. Yeah, so these brushes, if you want to get a copy of them, let me know. And if you would like to see how to make your own brushes, let me know that one as well. This is going to be a loose painting. I've recently joined a Facebook group called Fans of Ron Ranson or something like that. And he was a watercolour painter. I used to follow him in the 90s. And he was famous for using a brush called a Hake. And a Hake is a sort of I think it's a Japanese type brush. And it's really quite loose and gives it a very sort of impressionistic look with his paintings. He was a bit of a minimalist, and joining this group reminded me how much I like Ron Ranson. So then I started to think about Rebelle and think, you know what, I'd love to see some brushes like that in Rebelle. That would be really cool. So I thought I would make some, and this is my first go at making some Hake watercolour brushes. So let's put some people in here. I'm not going to put all of these people in, and I'm not even going to sort of define them too much. Just something like that. Little girl down here, look, feeding the ducks. A dog. One stroke dog. There's somebody standing behind there a bit. More people here. All the heads, pretty much all the heads should be in line, I guess. Move that one up a bit. And then the feet changes places, I guess. Not all the feet are in the same place. I guess I'm at the same eye level as them when I took the photo. Right, there we go. That sort of gives me an idea of where we want to go with this. Very quick loose sketch. Right, let's can I lock that layer? Although it doesn't really matter too much, but I do need a new layer. So let's click to create a new layer. I'm going to just call this one pencil. And I am going to go on I can't see if I can lock it. Oh yeah, I can. It's there, look, right in front of me. So these brushes, so I'll go to the watercolor brush, and if I choose, I don't know, the filbert brush, and just make a mark with that, you can see it's quite smooth, and so is the liner brush. Liner 1. The round is a little bit more texture to it, and then the mop for the big stuff, but they're all very clean, sharp edges, like you've got a really expensive sable paintbrush. And I wanted to get something that looks a little bit more ragged, like your brush is worn out a bit. So I've created these brushes and this one as well, to get sort of a dry brush type effect. So I'm going to try these out today and see what I can come up with. Let's just undo all of that. Oh, there we go. So I've got my drawing done. I've got my new layer created. I'm going to choose this Hake brush to start with. I'm going to start off just getting in. I think I'm going to go straight in with the trees, perhaps. Yeah. So distant trees first. It's quite a bold colour, and I'm just going to take the eraser and just lift out the side of that building like that. Not too much green in here because it was a winter scene, and if I do use greens, they're going to be really sort of muted. I didn't like that last bit, makes it a bit square. I just take that out. That's it, it's better. Put a bit of sky in. Water in the foreground. So, if I was doing this on watercolor paper, I would be getting a bit of tissue and just pressing it well, wetting the paper first and then pressing the tissue into that colour and lifting it off, and you can pretty much do that. Right, I do need the eraser now. I want to make it a bit smaller. Where is the eraser? Oh, it's here. Let's see, quite a small one, just to sort of. I could have put these people in using masking fluid, couldn't I? Before I started, really, would have probably been a better solution. But they're getting in all right. There we go. And I'm also thinking that I'm going to put in a few branches. Like that. You'll probably remember the video I made a couple of weeks ago where I was demoing this technique. Yeah, that's a bit better. I'm doing a bit of negative painting, just lifting out some colour really. There we go. Need this, back to my watercolour brush, I need this distant hill in, which is going to be sort of a greeny blue, maybe that colour. Yeah, that'll look alright. For that, a little bit under there and there, then a dark grey. Bit smaller brush for the bridge. Bit more colour in it. I can tidy this up, I think, with some finer brushwork in a bit. Right, let's think about these rocks. Bit of water. Like that. I'm going to use this splat brush and see what that's gonna. Do I like that? No, I don't know really. Let's there get rid of that. There we are. I need to put the buildings in, so let's look at a sort of a browny buff colour. Oh, I've got that splatter brush. I'm going to leave that on actually and go back to the Hake. Should I left the windows out? Yeah, I think I will. Bit like that. Liking it so far. Do I need a new layer? Just gonna do a little bit of a bit more colour work on the roof. And the brush a bit smaller, perhaps. Try not to go right up to the edge. I'm thinking now, actually, that the Hake isn't the right brush after this point. So I'm going to swap brushes, create a new layer. There we go. And now I can start using some of the more traditional brushes. So let's go in with the filbert. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's cool. See, it's got that sort of cleaner edge to it. Just for those roof lines. I like that. Maybe also I'm on a new layer. That's cool. Yeah, just sort of tidy up that bridge a little bit. Maybe like that. Maybe a bit darker colour. Put a little bit down there as well. Bit of a shadow under that bridge. Try the liner. That's all running in, isn't it? That's I think I'm going to need to. I guess I can just dry the paper at that point. That's it. I think the liner there doesn't quite work. But if it does, I've probably got the paint a bit dark. Make the brush a little bit bigger. I don't like that. Will do. Right. We're still on the liner. Yeah. Just a brush stroke for the people up. Nothing. Nothing too detailed or anything. Maybe swap some colours a bit. Bit of an atom jacket for that little kid there. Blue jeans perhaps. Bit of a shadow under them. Just to tie them to the ground. a bit of a mess of that. No need to paint every rail in. That's not a good idea. Let's try this dry hake and just see what we can get. For the trees. There we go. Just for this tree, we'll put this one a bit more in the foreground in front of these others, perhaps. Yeah. Maybe use it to put a bit of texture on the roof and in this water. Back to my liner, bit of colour. Oh, too much. Need that kind of. Might be better with a filbert, perhaps. Let's try that. Yeah, that's a better look. Yeah. I think I like the white paper on that water, to be honest. Filbert, I think, for that. Hake for that, I think. Let's get the Hake out again. That's better. I think I need to go back to this layer, take the eraser and just do that. Lift a bit of that colour out. I want to get this real sort of impression that I've just swept over it with a brush and then left it. nice and clean. That's better. And then I can do the same along the bottom here, just sort of tidy up those edges a bit. That's better. Gives it that sort of ruffled look. And then maybe just take this splat brush, make it a bit bigger, and just put a little bit there like that. Yeah, that's it. That'll do for the water. I think that's looking good. Right, let me just get back to it. We'll have a new layer, I think. And I think the filbert's a pretty cool brush to be working with, because I just want to put some, not in that colour, I just want to put a few, now maybe the liner actually. Yeah, that's the one. I just want to add a few branches. There we go. A few more people. I guess the people. There could be anything really, couldn't they? Maybe take a bit of a wash. Try it with the round brush. Oh, put a wash there. Oh, that's interesting. That's not what I want. I want something that's going to bleed a little bit. And then I can just like put a bit of shadow on that roof, and then I can just sort of lift it out because it's on a different layer. Like that. But it offers a little bit of shadow to the roof. I think it's quite nice. Oh, I've not put the chimney pots in, have I? Do I need to do that? I don't know. I think we need a bit more colour in. Just like a bit of colour there on the building. It'll look quite nice. Here too. Maybe on this bridge. Bit of a colour on the path. I put this tree in here. I don't think I do. I think if I put all the trees in, it's going to clutter it and look too much. I might just sort of go back to the Hake and what colour we got there? It's the wrong colour. And just put a little this little tree in here like that, and then use the liner. Just put in a few branches. They'll probably run. That's a bit thick actually. Yeah, it needs to be on a. I'll dry that layer. Is that the dry brush or is that it? I think that's the one that dries it. Yeah, dry the layer. I think that dry Hake will look quite good on this. Yes, I'm going to undo some of that. We've actually got this sort of bush that we could sort of come down there as well. Take that up to that. I think this brush is the one that reminds me most of the Hake, I think. There we go. Oops, it's doing something. It's probably saving. Oh, it's a bit severe. Back to my liner. Dry it again. Put a group of people in here. Just little squiggles, really. Oh. I'm fiddling. I've got to that point where I just want to fiddle a bit, and it's never good, is it? It's never good. A detail there. Bit of detail on the side of that stone wall. Well, when I say stone wall, I mean the stone that the building's built out of. Whoops, a bit too much. I think we're pretty much there, you know. I think that's it. I'm going to sign it. Sign it with a pencil, I think. And there we have it. a watercolour in Rebelle using some custom brushes to try and simulate a look of a Hake brush. If you want to me to show you how to make brushes, just drop a note and let me know. That'd help me out a lot. And also, if you want a copy of the brushes, let me know about that as well, and I can make them available. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, a big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing if you've enjoyed it. And don't forget, everybody, keep painting, stay safe and stay sane, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.